Keep them waiting. Keep them waiting. That's how we do it, T-Rich. What's going on, everybody? Ooh, we got a couple people waiting. That feels lovely. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday to everybody. Oh, we got the games. We got a little London fog coming in. Hope everybody had a good weekend so far. I don't know who caught those fights last night. Little KO by Pereira. Man, I got so much written down. You know what? I got to put a little more light in here. A little more light. There we go. There we go. Where's T-Rich at? Oscar? Boys. Oh, man. We got a lot of matchups here. I got everything. I got so much to talk about. Good matchups today. San Fran, Jacksonville. Who's excited for that one? I am excited for San Fran, Jacksonville. Play today. What's up, Bogo? Let's see. Dak or Lamar? Well, I would definitely play Lamar Jackson. Excuse me. I have Lamar in my fantasy team. Now, Lamar Jackson's leading the NFL in completion percentage, 70%, rushing yards for a quarterback, 440 rushing yards. So I would start Lamar Jackson because, first of all, he's the better quarterback. And the only thing that's held him down fantasy-wise, he's only got 9 touchdown passes this year. But that's circumstance. They run a lot and shit. But Baltimore, they're going to be dangerous. Let me tell you this, because I have really good recall. Everybody was warning me when the Browns played the Ravens about 5 weeks ago. I made the mistake. Let's learn from our mistakes. I benched Lamar Jackson, Ravens, Browns 5 or 6 weeks ago. Everybody was like, whoa, Cleveland's got the most historic defense, best start for a defense since 1985 Bears. So I'm like, oh, God, I better not start Lamar. That was Lamar's one of his best fantasy games. He tore them up. So we know Dak's inconsistent. He's not. Dak is Dak. I would go with Lamar Jackson. I want to get this because I remember it right now. I'm going to check. Lamar Jackson against Cleveland a couple months. Let's see when that game was, first of all. Game log. Cleveland, week 4. This is at Baltimore at Cleveland. Lamar, 28.14 fantasy. 15 for 19. 186 yards, 2 touchdown passes, 9 rushes, 27 yards, 2 touchdown rushes. Lamar Jackson, what's that? Okay, 6 weeks ago, same exact game, Lamar Jackson had 2 tutties running, 2 tutties passing. So here's the moral of that story. I'm done being afraid. I'm never going to sit a good player and be afraid because they're playing a good defense. Like, I'm not sitting people because they're playing against the 49ers. I got Christian Kirk today. I'm fucking confident. I'm ready to rock and roll. Don't worry. You play Lamar and you take Dak. You sit his scrub ass on the bench. Let's go, Bogo. Mel, what's up? T-Ridge, good morning. Salutations. Oh man, salutations, fellas. Okay, Mel, is this our league? Debo or Cooper and not Cooper Cup? No shit, not Cooper Cup. All right. Like, subscribe, share, spread the good word. We always try to uplift people, have a good time on a Sunday, talk sports, because I like to talk sports and I like people and I kind of know my shit. So we wrap it up in a stew and we have some fun. Good luck today, Bogo. Mel, I know Cooper's not Cooper Cup. I'm not you. I'm not just a basketball guy first. No, I know Cooper is Amari, Mel. You don't have to preface all that. All right? All right, let's talk turkey here. Debo Samuels. All right, Mel, let me drop some jewels on you guys today. Let me drop a couple of jewels. You ready? I know this shit because I was doing a lot of reading. I was watching the UFC. I had the iPad on the lap. I was like, ooh, nuggets. Let's write some nuggets so I could have more fun. Because preparation breeds confidence. So I said, let me get well versed in what the fuck is going on, so I could really just enjoy myself and talk to you guys and have it. So Jacksonville defense, where is it? They play the most zone defense out of any team in the NFL, primarily zone, and they give up the most yards after catch per game to receivers in the league, which is not good because I like Jacksonville. What does that mean? Deebo Samuels fucking kills the zone. First of all, Jacksonville gives up 134 yards after the catch this season to receivers a game. 134 after the catch, which is not good. Deebo finds the little spaces in those zones, and he might be the hardest dude in the league, one of them, to take down. So I'm saying Deebo Samuels is as a guy that's on the sports book and likes betting. I'm gonna be on Deebo today because of the zone Jacksonville plays, the way Deebo succeeds against zone, and the yards after catch. Yeah, I really like Deebo today. We should look at it. I would not start Amari Cooper because here's the thing. Now I'm going to give you more information on Cleveland. Guys, like, subscribe. T Rich, every once in a bluey, give it a share on Twitter. So, because people see that with a couple hashtags and people will come in. Start sits are always fun. Oscar, what's up, baby? Amari Cooper, Cleveland, 2 starting tackles out. So now you got your left tackle out, your right tackle out. Who's the backup? He's out. So now you got 3 tackles out. That is a recipe for not having enough when you're at Baltimore. First of all, guys, I want to, have you guys been watching? It seems like whoever goes into Baltimore, we got to start watching Baltimore, guys. Do you agree with this statement? I feel like Baltimore might be the new strongest team in the AFC if they keep going to work on teams. They're destroying teams when they're in Baltimore. Baltimore home games have been massacres. Agreed? And the teams that have gotten massacred in Baltimore, I have respect for. Seattle, massacre last week. Detroit got massacred, but Montgomery wasn't in. Montgomery's back today. But Baltimore is massacring teams at home. I noticed the Niners. You ever watch a football game on a Sunday afternoon? 4:25. Whenever it's out in San Fran, it's like, oh, McCaffrey scampering with them high knees into the end zone. Deebo coming at him from more angles. They're even coming out of the huddle faster. Like San Fran at home, I notice is stronger. San Fran is on the road today in Jacksonville. I don't think it's going to be an easy game for the Niners, but you guys know I'm too much. I love Jacksonville's team, so you can't listen to me completely on this game. Remember, Nooch loves Jacksonville. I love Trevor. I love Kirk. Ridley's speed. You can't beat speed, even though Ridley has lost his. Ridley, what do you think about this, Big O? I want to know. This is a sports debate. This is really why I like talking sports. This is my favorite one. I was talking about the other day, but it was different people, right? So I feel like sometimes in the NFL, the number 1 and the number 2, that's who we assume they are as receivers. Then as the season or seasons go, it changes. Like Marvin Harrison to Reggie Wayne, and then all of a sudden Reggie Wayne became the number 1 later. I think it was Santonio Holmes and Antonio Brown, and then Brown became the number 1, or maybe Mike Wallace. But I feel like the 1 is changing in Jacksonville. I feel like in the preseason, Ridley's there, he's the 1. But when I looked at the odds right now for the over-unders for receivers, Ridley is at 50.5 and Kirk is at 50.5. And that's telling to me because I feel like Ridley should be the 1. But when it comes to winning football and big catches in games and guys that are producing, I think Christian Kirk is the 1. But I don't think you could have called Kirk the clear-cut 1 before the season. But I think if I want to watch that game today, we got to watch that game. If Kirk has like 6 for 90 and Ridley has more missed connections, gotta watch for Ridley. I'm not really feeling Ridley's performance this year. A lot of drops. I don't know. We got to see. The one is changing in Jacksonville. Now Lamar, they're talking. See, Lamar hasn't had a lot of big games in fantasy this year. I'm gonna read all the Lamar Jackson fantasy games that were under 12. Okay, let's see. Week 1, 7. Week 5, 10. And then week 8 and 9. So he had 4 weeks on like kind of shitty for him. And there's only been 9 weeks, but he's had a 22, a 28, and a 33. So the 228 to 22. So Lamar Jackson has had 4 big weeks out of 9. When your home run hitter quarterback is 4 for 9, not good. I think we got to look for consistency. Like, who gives a shit if a guy puts up a 40 burger 3 times, like, and then you get the averages? We got to watch for that. That's why T. Rich is good in fantasy. Fucking bastard. Oh, I almost mixed up my curse words. I didn't even know what I wanted to call you, T. Rich. T. Rich grabs the guys that I shy away from. But I went with it today. Carmelo, in your league, I got a T. Rich special. T. Rich special cooking up. T. Rich loves Kyler Murray, and he was the number 1 pick. And I have C.J. Stroud in this league. And here's what I want to talk about, guys. I have this written down. I believe C.J. Stroud. I'm going to play a fantasy one at quarter to 1. I'm going in and I want to do – I want help, guys. This is where I really want help. I want to do a weekly fantasy today where you have to like delegate the money value and put a roster in. I think C.J. Stroud is a trap for any type of fantasy betting for your team in a season or for a week, which we're going to do, or any type of player props. I feel like C.J. Stroud is a trap because the whole team is so hurt. Tank Dell is there and Dalton Schultz is there. Dalton Schultz had 10 catches for $135 last week. I don't know it. I don't know if without Nico Collins, without Pierce. First of all, we all know, like, I fool around. I don't like Najee Harris, and I say Pittsburgh's got a shitty running game, but even they woke up. But I think Devin Singletary sucks. Does anybody like Devin Singletary? Devin Singletary's the back for Houston today at Cincinnati. No Nico Collins. Listen, C.J. Stroud is not Jesus. Like, we got to be realistic. Like, do we want to attack weaknesses in the NFL this week? If we look at the betting board, I would have to say that the Houston Texans are a weakness to me today. I think Cincinnati is too good to not be the higher score at the end of 60 minutes. No Nico Collins, no Pierce. Schultz and Tank Dell. Tank Dell is a nice burner. He's still 5'10", 160. Is he? I don't know. Can Tank Dell take over and be a 1? I don't know if he's that kind of player yet, but I haven't watched enough Tank Dell. I know I'm starting him in my fantasy league today. I like Tank Dell. Mel, 7-3 Colts. T. Rich is a Colts fan. You believe that? Wow. I wonder if he had family in Indianapolis. Hey, what quarterback is leading the NFL in passing yards over the past calendar month? Carr. Our boy Carr. I dropped him. I gave you guys a nugget because I didn't want to keep all the quarterbacks. I got Kyler Murray, C.J. Stroud, and Watson. I'm benching C.J. Stroud today. Now, this is going to sound fargin' crazy. Hey, Darlene. What's up, Dar? Andrew Luck is, oh, really? That's why you liked him? Hey, guys, I have a fantasy thing today. I'm going to bench C.J. Stroud for Kyler Murray, and I'm not just copying T. Rich's, space aeronautics fucking calculus. I really believe that Kyler Murray, I think they kept Kyler Murray out last week because they wanted to wait for Connor and line up the running back and Murray and give them their best chance today. Now, talking about bets, Atlanta is 0-5 against the spread this year. Not this year. The last 5 games, the Falcons were favorite, 0-5 against the spread. Now the Falcons, for some reason, are the favorites at Arizona today. So we got to look at that. Let's take a look at that. Falcons, Arizona. All right, let's think about this. Who are the Falcons to be road favorites? That team is Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith looks like who? Like it's like the son of the UPS guy. Like I get a fucking when I was a kid, I get like a starting lineup sports figurine. This fucking jerk off gets to coach the Falcons. Do you see Arthur Smith? He's 37. He looks 57. He's all fucked up. That mustache. He's got that harmonica looking mustache. I don't like Arthur Smith. I don't think Kyler Murray's coming back. Number 1 pick. Now I looked up his number 1 fantasy guy. It's not even DeAndre Hopkins. It's Marquise Brown. He's got 21.9 points a game when he's got Brown in the lineup with him. So I like Arizona today. Now, I'm benching CJ Stroud today. This is what I'm getting at. I'm benching CJ Stroud in Carmelo's league for Kyler Murray because of the weapons. I think now the Bengals have no T. Higgins, so that's why we're going to bump up Boyd. It's like a seesaw, like the weight, right? Okay, here's Boyd. Here's T. Higgins, right? Okay, here's the Bengals offense, right? T. Higgins is usually here. Boyd's usually here. Now T. Higgins is gone. He's off the team today. He's hurt. That brings Boyd up. Boyd is at 40 yards today. Joe Burrow, the Bengals. I just told you, Houston is going to be excuse my language. Houston's going to be punting a lot. If CJ Stroud has a day today, think about it this way, guys. I have Lamar Jackson on my fantasy team. 5 weeks, 5 times out of the first 9 games, he's given me a dud. Lamar Jackson. I love Lamar, and he's playing good in real life. CJ Stroud's had a couple huge weeks already. Today, they have nothing. They're depleted, and they're at the Bengals, who are on fire. Do you know how hard it is? Like, Lamar Jackson doesn't even have days when Baltimore wins. Trevor Lawrence, he hasn't even had stat days, and Jacksonville wins. CJ Stroud's just going to go to Cincinnati with no players and have a day. Well, then he might be the best quarterback since Mahomes got drafted. Let's look at that. If CJ Stroud has a fucking day today, then we're going to have to superimpose CJ Stroud's face, Moses parting the Red Sea. I want CJ Stroud with the robe and the stick, like this, with the robe. Moses with the beard, but I want CJ Stroud's face. If CJ Stroud goes for 300 today and more than 2+ touchdown passes, I want myself superimposed on Moses' face parting the football field with CJ Stroud as my shepherd. That's how impressive. That's what I'm trying to say. That's how impressive it would be if he ever had a day today. Think about that, guys. It's so hard to have a day in the NFL. You could be the man. Your team could have a day. You could have a day, but it still might not go as stats. And this guy's going to have a day with nothing? No way. I'm saying no. I'd be so surprised. Oh, a little fresh OJ. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hey, look at you guys. The ladies are in here. Darlene, who you playing today? Who you playing? Darlene, you got Dallas's D, right? Hey, this league, my league is heating up, guys. The playoffs are wide open, guys. The number 6 team has 5 losses. Mom, you got 5 losses. Darlene's only got 6. Darlene, you're only 1 game behind the last playoff spot. Now, after today, there's one. Today is a benchmark day for our league, guys. Today marks 10 weeks. The fantasy regular season is 14 weeks. So after today, we got 1 month of regular season games. So, Darlene, you could actually pull even with that last playoff spot if you win today and the other teams lose. So everybody's alive. Even I'm mathematically alive because, like in the JFFL, in T Rich's league, I'm in 6th right now at 5 wins and 4. Dunny is behind me out of the playoffs in 7th at 5 wins and 4 losses. But in my league, the last playoff team actually has a losing record. So it's better for all of us. I'm in 10th. I'm only 2 games out. I don't know if I could leapfrog 3 teams, but I'm going to fucking try. I'll tell you that. I got Charbonnet today. I'm depleted. That's why I'm going with the T-Rich Kamikaze Bonsai. Let's go. Kyler Murray. I need this. I got Kyler Murray. He's the number 1 draft pick. He's a little guy. I don't like him. I hate him, like football-wise. But T-Rich loves him. And he used to be the number 1 pick. And he does have talent and skill. He can play really well sometimes. I get aggravated with him because I saw him trying to overcompensate and force shit. But he definitely has the talent. Definitely. Or I would never even start him. So I'm a Kyler Murray fan today, and I'm excited about it because I'm not a hater. Now that I got him on my team, and I know T-Rich has him, I'm hoping for him in good faith to have a day. Atlanta, we just said they're 0-5 against this. They're 0-5 the last 5 times they were favorite against the spread. They're favorite today. They're at Arizona. It's all coming out good. I'll tell you what, Dallas, Dak. Dallas is a funny team, right? Where's Tony Pollard been lately, Darlene? We need Tony Pollard. In T. Rich's league, I got a big day today. And Tony Pollard's been a little quiet. He had a great year last year. He came out good this year. Little quiet, Tony. Little quiet. Let's see Tony Pollard. I don't remember Tony Pollard sticking up, but he does have quiet good games. But let's see. Tony Pollard game log. Beginning of the year, 22, 19, 15. Last 2 games, 6 and 9. Yeah, he's been quiet. 12 for 53, 12 for 51. You know what hurts us with Tony Pollard? The stupid fucking play caller. Excuse my language. I get fumy when I see a running back, the quality of Tony Pollard, have 1 catch for 2 yards and 3 catches for 12 yards. That's where Dallas screws up. They got to throw Tony Pollard the ball a little bit more. Guys, like, subscribe. Everybody smash that like button for me. Sometimes we forget. Give it a share. Anybody who likes sports, come in and listen. I'd like to do some fantasy start sits. I'd like to hear anybody's I'm looking at a lot, guys. I'll tell you guys mine. That fantasy start sits are fun because right now, I don't know. I screwed myself up. I thought it would be a good problem. But now that T. Higgins is out, I could start 2 and I got to sit 1. Tyler Boyd, Kincaid, and Gabe Davis. You guys answer it for me. I'm fucked up over this. Kincaid, Gabe Davis, Boyd. You got to start Boyd, right? No T. Higgins? You have to start Boyd. How could I not start Boyd today? I'm starting Boyd. Please, let me know what I need to know that one. I want opinions. Oh, man. I want to look at the FanDuel. So we will. I know. Silent Mel. Hey, Darlene, you play Mel? Darlene, we need Mel to lose. Mel, how dare you come in my league and go right to first? Oscar just about ended my thing. Let's see what's going on in the Nooch league here. Let's see. This is heating up now. If I could get a win today, and you know what? You know why I'm not talking about it? Hey, Oscar, I'm acting defeated. When do I ever quit? If I could win today, I'll hang in there, and then I know I could win out the last month. I got to look at okay, Nooch. Mom is playing T-Rich. Mom, you got to beat T-Rich. You got to stay alive here, Ma, in the standing. You could do it. My mom got 15 from who? Oh, the Colts D. Ma! Ma, she got the Colts D. Wow. I didn't even see that. When did you sneak them in? Hey, Johnny boy. What are you doing? Wow. Colts D. I might have to ask you one lucky pick, John, because you're lucky with picks and stuff. I'm gonna have to ask you your pick of the week. Colts defense. Good job, Ma. Okay, so my mom jumped out in front of T-Rich has Jonathan Taylor. Okay. So my mom is playing T-Rich, and T-Rich is 6-3. My mom is 5-4. That's a direct game to knock him down. So we need my mother to beat T-Rich. I'm playing Uncle Teddy and Lisa. Hopefully I could get them. They're 4-5, tied with my mom. It's tight. My cousin Anthony, 6-3, is playing Cody. Mel is playing Darlene, and it's too early to tell. Who's Mel got so far that's scoring? Pittman, Stevenson, okay, and Gay. Jonathan is playing Oscar, and Jonathan's 4-5. Oscar's 5-4. Man, I'll tell you what, that McCaffrey and Henry looks good now. That Henry woke up a couple weeks ago, right? Like, we had a trade in our league 2 weeks ago, Henry for somebody, and I said, oh man, I said I had bad luck because I traded running backs a few times in the last 10, 15 years, and I always remember, be careful about trading good running backs in September and October, because the natural progression of the wearing down season, running backs do better in November and December, especially more so than September and October. That's why I didn't trade my Breece Halls. I made one trade because I really did a bad job in drafting my receivers in one league after A.J. Brown. I was sitting with like A.J. Brown, Quentin Johnson, Hodgins. I was screwed. So I traded Barkley for DK Metcalf and Gabe Davis, saved the receiver room, picked up Thielen, traded him for Kirk. So my receivers are back. But it's tough, man. It's tough with fantasy. Oscar. Oh, hey, Oscar. I got a question for you. Who's slick? Who's slick, Ma? T-Rich? Hey, T-Rich, here's what I want to know. Can we get a day out of Kyler Murray? Now, Oscar, who did you give me? Oscar gave me an answer. I was waiting on that answer, guys. T-Rich, I would like to know from you. Mom, I would like to know from you. You know I value your opinion, Ma. I didn't just get it from my dad. I talk sports with my mom. She's sharp. Ma, salute to you. You are one sharp cookie. I must admit. I'm proud of the way you know sports and stuff. Like you really you know your stuff. I want to know, Mom. I'm starting Tyler Boyd. Mom, T-Rich, guys, listen to me here. Tomorrow night, I can only start one because Boyd is going today. Right, Oscar, you didn't tell me out of the Buffalo yet. Who do I start? Tomorrow is the hard one. I'm starting Boyd. I got Kincaid and Davis. Kincaid is like fucking Gronkowski right now. I discovered him. No, I didn't really discover him, but I picked him up on waivers. Now, Gabe Davis, I follow trends. I'm not stupid. This is the trend. He just had a zero burger. The week before that, he had 10 for 140 or something. They're going to, these coaches, that's why Buffalo is inconsistent, because they're predictable. I know they're going to get the ball to Gabe Davis. I know it. I am going to be so fucking mad. Is there who's going to have the better game? That's bothering me, guys. Who's going to have the better game? Gabe Davis or Kincaid? Kincaid had a monster game last game, the game before. His snap percentages are through the roof now because there's no Dawson Knox. He was lining up outside at receiver, outside, like where Tyreek Hill lines up. Oh, shit, Oscar. I was leaning the other way. Okay, why? Why Gabe Davis? Why, Johnny? Hey, you know what, Johnny? You're a lucky motherfucker. I just said my buddy John is lucky. Like he'll tell me like fun stuff. Like he'll hit a scratch off once in a while, shit like that. If my friend John says Davis, I have a feeling that he's gonna be right. Just because he's lucky like that. Son of a bitch, John. Why didn't you say Kincaid? Fuck. Do I start Gabe Davis now? Oh man. All right. All right. You know what? I gotta look at the Gabe Davis is a roller coaster of a guy. Jamar Chase, 64 catches, 700 yards this season. Jamar Chase, I don't know. Okay, let's see. Davis. I'm nervous about that. I just want to see. I want to see where, hey, who do you think is ranked higher on the season? Tyler Boyd or Gabe Davis? Type it right now. I got it right in front of me. Who's higher ranked overall? Boyd or Gabe Davis? Who's higher? Who's higher? Gabe Davis in the top 50 receivers. He's ranked 29. Is Tyler Boyd's rank higher or lower? 29 is Gabe Davis. Take a guess what Tyler Boyd's receivers ranked out of the receivers. Gabe Davis is 29. Where's Boyd? Hey, Mom. Hey, you know what? My mother had the nerve to ask me what I thought of something, and then she went, well, I don't know about it. You're in the toilet bowl. Like, oh, really? Wow. Oh, Mom. Hey, Mom, listen. You just thank T. Rich for not having Tank Dell. Oh, shit. Hey, Justin Jefferson out. Why don't you trade? I'd like to trade for Jefferson. It's too late to trade for Jefferson. All right. CJ Stroud, proceed with caution. If CJ Stroud has 300 yards today and 2+ touchdown passes, Moses Red Sea, I want CJ Stroud on Moses with the cane and the red robe, all that shit, because that would be a Red Sea parting performance. It's almost impossible. Trust me. Cincinnati's D is playing their home. Okay, let's go down the games here. Let's do a little game review. I don't get really too much into specifics and diving in until we get a couple of the usuals. I like my MVPs in here. I'm not even watching that Colts game because I got so much shit going on. I'll catch paint dry on the highlights. Jacksonville, San Fran. Let's talk a little bit here. Jacksonville, San Fran, guys. That's the game of the week to me. That's the game of the day. Why? Please give me a reason other than they can't lose again. I don't like that. Guys. I get nervous. Patterson used to call me, oh, the Maple Leafs can't lose again. Ryan, you said that last night. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I got to get him in here. Hey, somebody share this with Patty. We need Ryan in here. Come on, Ryan. Wake up. Let's go. Oh, shit. There we go. Getting a few stragglers. I don't know where my cousins are. Chalkathan and Anthony. Chalkathan. I love that nickname. Chalkathan. Hey, good night, guys. Hey, good morning, guys. Chalk outline. Mom, hey, Mom, don't you have CJ Stroud? You better bench him. I don't like CJ Stroud today, Ma. Holy shit. Oh, damn. I just thought of that. I'm not crazy about CJ Stroud today, Ma. But he's got Nico's out. We got to look at your roster. Let's see Mama Nooch's roster. I'm shaky on Stroud. Trevor getting sacked 40 times. I don't like that. He's on pace to get sacked 40 times. All right, I'm looking at the Jacksonville game, Oscar. I got a piece of paper. I got a pen. I want to know what we can. Okay, now I'm going to start getting ready for making my bets. It's 20-12, and then what I want to do is I got paper here, right? Can you see that? And I got every game. So in here, I want to steal something from each game that we can use to our advantage for the game flow. Are you guys in to make a couple cheap game flow bets with me? Oscar, T Rich, I really enjoy a couple of these. Did you put 5, 10, 20 bucks on the side? Let's do a couple same game parlays, maybe Stu Up or Robin. Let's do one together. We do it all the time. Why don't we do it now? Like we do it in the JFFL group. Why don't we make one and actually stick to it together? I gotta put my password in. Hold on. T Rich, you gotta help me too. I gotta tell you something. They're hacking my iCloud or some shit, but I don't really give a fuck. But you need to help me with that. Here we go. Okay. Game flow. Now, what can we steal? What can we steal from the San Fran Jacksonville game? Now, McCaffrey, do we have the nerve to go McCaffrey again? He's had 18 straight games with touchdowns. Can this happen again? Jesus. I don't know. Can this happen again? I just got to share this one more time. All right, boys. Okay, game flow. San Fran, Jacksonville. What do we like? Oscar, T. Rich. What can we put together? What can we put together? I need stuff from you guys. Help me out. I don't want to just like be talking all. I want to like get. I want to extract from you guys. That's part of like the whole enjoyment process of this. What can you guys like open my eyes to that I'm not looking at? Like we could really spend some time and thought here. No rush. There's no rush. Okay. Now we're gonna like take it down a little. Like we're gonna zone in. Purdy will have a big. You think so, Oscar? He's due. You know what? They play. See, this is what I need. I think when Deebo Samuels is on the field, I've noticed that Purdy skyrockets his play, right, Oscar? You've noticed that too, right? I'm sure you saw that. That's a fucking nugget that if you don't retain that information in your brain, then something's wrong. When Deebo plays, Purdy is at the top of the list. QBR, Purdy is 14th on the QBR list in the NFL since Debo's been out. 14th. Before he was like 1 or 2 or some shit. Why does Derek Carr look like a wolf or something? You know who Derek Carr reminds me of? Who's that guy in the fucking European Vacation with Chevy Chase? Quaid. Be drinking beers. Hey, Clark. Right? Doesn't he look like fucking is it Dennis Quaid or Randy Quaid? Derek Carr is starting to look like Randy Quaid. Right or wrong? Definitely. If I look like the situation, then he looks like Randy Quaid. I love that. I've been getting that one for 15, 16 years. One time I threw a half a water bottle right through a fucking balcony. I'm walking around in Miami and somebody, situation. Yeah, boom. Oh, man. I used to get Ed Norton a lot from American History X. That guy, Ed Norton. I used to get that a lot. But when I was like skinnier, I don't like any of them. Why can't they call me like fucking Michael Jordan or something? Oh man. 49ers win big, Oscar. All right. You know what? I need the two-way dialogue. I'm not fully at peace. I'm not really going until I get that where it's not fully me like anymore. Like I want to be I want to be in the fucking game with the team. You know what I'm saying? So, Oscar, ready for this? 49ers big, huh? Oh, wow. You know I fucking love Jacksonville. So I'm going to circle that. Now, Jacksonville, did you see the stat? Were you in here for the stats? Jacksonville is the worst team in the NFL. They allow 134 yards a game pass after catch to receivers. 134 yards after catch. That's number 32. So and Debo is the pass after catch king. So Oscar, your instincts are correct. The only thing I like in the Jacksonville game is Christian Kirk over 50. Why? Because I know fucking talent. I know what I see. Ridley's fast. Ridley could catch a 99-yarder in play one. We know that. I'm not saying Ridley cannot do something. It's not an indictment. It's nothing about Ridley. Kirk is the fucking guy on Jacksonville. They got a tough game. They're home. I could just see Kirk in my mind crossing, catching, running after the catch. I could see it. I could see it right now in my head. Kirk going 12 and over, or an in, out, in, fucking over. Kirk is going to have 65 yards like that. So I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that a lot. So I like, okay, are the Niners teaser worthy? How should we bet them? Just straight? They're a 3-point road favorite, and they just fucking lost 3 in a row, Oscar. I'm nervous. Oscar. They just lost 3 in a row, and you know who's the hottest team in the NFL? 2 teams, the Bengals and the 49 and the Jacksonville, both 4-0 over the last 4 games. It's Cincinnati and it's Jacksonville. Now, Jacksonville is off a bye like the Niners. They're both off byes. Guys, like, subscribe, give it a share. Hit that like button, guys. Give it a share. T-Rich, if you could, share it on Twitter a couple times. I like to do some fantasy start sits. I think I could do it. Hold on, guys. I want to get people in here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, plus 400, Purdy for 3 touchdowns. Man, you know what? He is a surgical. He's precise when Debo and all those guys are there. I kind of do like that. All right, I'm going to write. Here's what I'm going to write, Oscar. I'm going to write Purdy in parentheses. I'm going to attack something with his stats being high. I see what you're saying. So I got Purdy. I know my own lingo. So Purdy and Kirk. All right. Oh, my shit went off. Here we go. So now Purdy and Kirk. The Colts defense is still holding. I like that. I like that a lot. You know how to say house in Germany? Haus. Yeah, that's true. Who's Haus? Nooch is Haus. Yeah, the Houston game is a fucking trap, guys. We got to stay far away from Houston. That's a Moses red parting of the sea if they ever beat Cincinnati today. Heat check. Okay, guys, let's get realistic. Josh Dobbs, he's not Jesus Cristo. I like Josh Dobbs. We all do. They got no Hawkinson today. I don't know, man. I see the Saints whooping up on the Vikings. I just told you the league's leading quarterback in the past month, 4 games, has been Carr, just under 1,200 yards. Dobbs is not a miracle worker. They're due to lose, Minnesota. Jefferson out still. Minnesota should not win. Jamar Chase is active today, but still, Tyler Boyd's got to get 40 yards. If Tyler Boyd doesn't get 40 yards today, That's an indictment on him. He might get dropped. Tyler Boyd could get dropped from fantasy if he fucking gives me a dud today. Could get one. Trevor Lawrence. I'm nervous about Trevor. Here's one, guys. Tennessee at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, Todd Bowles always has a defense. Oh, ma, that's a tough one. Oh, ma. Oh, that is tough. Guys, I need help from Mom. This is hard. Geno Smith or Stroud? Oh, Stroud is the better quarterback, Ma. You know I always say, don't you dare sit a star player. I'm the one that always says that. So I would agree with Oscar. I would agree with Oscar's suggestion. That's hard because you know what? Win or lose, Ma, you have to have your own, you got to have your philosophy. Remember what happened to me in week 4. Everybody told me to sit Lamar Jackson against the Cleveland Browns. Great defense. I sat Lamar Jackson. He had a 33. He had 4 touchdowns. So if I tell you to sit Stroud and he does good, then I told you exactly the mistake I made. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. So I think I'd go with Stroud too. Ride or die, right? Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah, you know what, Ma? Go for it. Go for it, Ma. Yeah. Now, another guy I would not go for is Deshaun Watson today. It's going to be hard without tackles. Look at the Giants with no blocking and all these guys. No tackles? That's hard, guys. That's hard. I'm trying to find nuggets. Mike Evans. The wide body Baker is off a bye, right? Is wide body Baker coming off a nice bye? Because he was limping around. Baker's like 26, but his body is about 48. Yeah, Baker's not aging well. But hey, not everybody's a genetic freak that could throw a ball. Like me. Like I'm not no fucking genetic freak, but I can throw. Baker, he doesn't look like he would be able to, like, throwing is different than like everything else. Like, yeah, like I would never expect Baker to be as good of a player as he is if I just saw him walking around. Some guys look like it, some guys don't, right? Like Barry Sanders, the greatest running back ever. He didn't have the body type like these fucking guys. That's why he never got hurt, because these muscle bound guys, their fucking muscles around the ligaments are so strong. They're cutting at fucking 800 RPMs a minute. It's too much. It's too much. That's why, like, these guys got to be careful with these PEDs, man. There's too much that's why these guys, if you play in the NFL and you're going for a $300 million contract, then I could understand if you make the decision to do it. Because I know Julian Edelman did it when he was the MVP of the Super Bowl. But if you're a regular guy, it doesn't pay. When you get that strong, like, and it's false. That's why these guys pop their ACLs all the time. Oh, you're going to take a year and a half to recover and get a surgery because you're stupid? Not smart. Not smart. And what goes up must come down. Hey, Tampa Bay? Who's Tampa? You're starting Tampa Bay, Ma? Okay, here's what I'm worried about. I have a statement to make. I want to know if you agree or disagree. DeAndre Hopkins will not catch a touchdown today from Will Levis. True or false? Where the fuck is T-Rich? DeAndre Hopkins, you think false? See, Will Levis and DeAndre Hopkins, that's a matchup I'm looking at. I'm interested in that. I want to know, like, what are you interested in? I'm interested in that one today. I want to see if that offense is as shitty as the poop emoji, or if they can bring a little bit of that back from that 4-touchdown performance from a couple weeks ago. I happened to watch their offense look shitty last week, and I noticed they had Hopkins lined up in the same place every time. That scares me, Oscar. That scares me. When I don't like teams without creativity. He should be in the slot, in the X, in the Z, in the Y. He should be all over. When he's always running from the same place, easy to defend. Oh, what's up, T-Rich? How do the Colts look? Well, can I get a little, hey, waiter with no arms. Can I get a little fucking update? How do guys look? I need color commentating. T-Rich, how's it going with the game? My mom's got the Colts defense. How do we look? How do we look? Ma, how's the Colts defense look? You too. Waiter with no arms. Waiter with no arms. What's going on in the Colts game, guys? Teamwork. Teamwork. Ricky, it's fucking Texas. It's not China. When are you going to get in here before hour 1? Rick, it's not fucking China. Texas, New Jersey, 1 hour different. Oh my, you got to text me. Make sure you send me the lot. Rick, what do you mean make sure? You want me to tuck you in? Let's go. Okay, so I'm really excited about the Colts defense. I want to check that out real quick because I know my mom's got them. Oscar, you got a big one too. You against my cousin John today, 5-4. If you could go 6-4 after the first 10, you got like a 90-something% chance to make the playoffs. I'm 5-4 right now in T Rich's league, and I really need that win. T Rich, what's going like? Oh, 10-6 Colts, fucking guy. You guys are like fucking tits on a bull, I gotta tell you. Oh, thanks for the score. Thanks. Oh, that explains it. Oh, thanks. Geno Smith. Oh my goodness. McGritty Express is starting Geno Smith against me. You know what, Ma? That just explains it. We got to go Mojo at CJ Stroud all day. You can't start Geno Smith because I'm playing against a guy that's starting Geno Smith. We don't do things like that in this family. We're not totally superstitious. What are we, T-Rich? We're a little stitious. No Geno Smith for you, Ma. The only Geno we're going to talk about is Uncle Geno. Tony Pollard's due for a game. Breece Hall's due for a game. That honeymoon shit is over. You heard what happened, right, Oscar, with Josh McDaniels? He was like, oh, you got a problem with me? This is last week, the day before the fucking Giants-Raiders. He's like, oh, you got a problem with me? We're gonna have an air your grievance meeting. Crosby got up. He's like, Coach, I hate you and I hate your face. We hate your face. They hated him so much that they rose like the Phoenix and they beat the shit. Oh, so here's what happened. He's like, they're like, we hate your face. We hate you. We hate your face. They were like, so Antonio Pierce being a good guy. I told this story, but I'm going to repeat it, give you the cliff notes. Antonio Pierce, 07 Giants Super Bowl champion. He gets up to speak on behalf of Josh McDaniels. He's an assistant coach. He goes, guys, no matter what, we got to have our own identity. We got to believe in what we're doing. When I played on the 07 Giants, we would never have a chance against the Patriots if we didn't believe. Josh McDaniels catches it, and he's such a pompous, self-absorbed asshole. He scolded Antonio Pierce, and he said, don't you ever talk about the Patriots. And everybody's looking like, oh, my God. They were like, oh, you're fired. You got to get the fuck out of here, bro. You're fired. That's enough. That's enough for you. Like, you're out of here. So they fired him. Raiders look like the 83 Raiders. Moral of the story is that's an intoxicating effect. That's why they beat the shit out of the Giants. That shit doesn't last for 2 weeks. Firing a jerk off, you don't stay on a high for 2 weeks. That's a 1 week thing. I've been seeing a lot of this shit over my life. So I think the Jets defense is going to rise to the occasion tonight. I don't know Aiden O'Connell. Devontae Adams is frustrated. So what do you do when a guy's frustrated and uncomfortable? They're probably going to try to force it to him. Josh Jacobs is going to run all over the Jets defense. I like Josh Jacobs a lot, but I don't know if he's going to run all over the Jets defense. Give me the Q brothers, Quincy and Quinlan. I think they're, you know who I'm talking about. I love those guys. Oh man, C Rich giving his pick of the day. What do we got, C Rich? What do we got, kid? This kid's on point. Did you put this in the equation? Ooh, Vikings money line. Oh man, see, we disagree today. I don't know. How could the Vikings are undermanned? Is Hawkinson playing? See, Rich, this is good for the injury report because I haven't seen that. Is Hawkinson gonna go? There was something wrong with him. That's important. Wow. Okay, Hicks, Hawkinson. I guess he's going. If you got him for any timer, and Dobbs is hurt. C Rich. Me personally, I've done a lot of research. They're saying Hawkinson is hurt. That's the meat and potatoes of your bet. And Dobbs, is he okay? What do you know that makes you like them? Why do you like those? Yeah, all year, C Rich, you got to come in. You got to come in for a second, bud. Come on, C Rich. Come on. You can't leave me with that. That's like a fucking riddle. Why are you so confident with that? We don't even know. Like, well, what did Hawkinson have last week with Dobbs? Oh, see, Rich, this feels like a Clint Eastwood, like a Western. Are you sure? Are you just throwing bullshit and hope it sticks to the walls? Oscar, CJ Stroud. Okay, now let's go over this, guys. Here, ready? Get back to me on that because I don't know about that Minnesota one. Okay, Atlanta. Let's zone in. Making money. Atlanta is 0-5 against the spread as road favorites. The last 5 times the odds makers made them that. Arizona, Kyler Murray's back. Can we get enough out of Arizona at 406 at home? Can they handle the Falcons? Can I write that down? When you say write it down, when I say write it down, no, I really do it. I do it. What should we write that down? Question number 2. Arizona, I got to do parlays here. We got the basis of my parlay is so far. I had to, and I got responsible gaming. I got a little confession to make. Had to go to Monmouth this morning. Went down to Monmouth. I'm doing a magic trick of the day. I'm taking $36 and I'm getting myself a fresh $100 bill. So I get my $36 back and then I get $100. And it's 2 guys. And I texted a few of my close friends last night. I said, if I don't put this in particular tomorrow, I deserve to lose. Tyler Boyd and Christian Kirk. Now, fantasy football starts. It's Boyd Kirk, 36 pays 100. I did yesterday. Over, I did 60 for Kirk though, and 40 for Boyd. I bumped Kirk up just a few because Kirk at 50.5. Who's really? If Ridley's only at 50.5, and Kirk is not higher than Ridley, like Ingram is going to go over 50.5. No, because he's a tight end. He could, but the yards got to come from somewhere. Kirk Cousins fucking torched the Niners. A lot of teams are doing well against the Niners. Matthew Stafford had success against the Niners a couple weeks back. Now, all of a sudden, Jacksonville at 6-2, teams acquire rhythm, more rhythm as they progress. They acquire rhythm. Why would Jacksonville not take another step forward? Jacksonville is so fucking good that they're 6-2 despite never clicking really yet. Jacksonville, they led the league in drops the first month of the season. if Jacksonville could put a game together, they could win 35 to like 21 today. Jacksonville wins and they haven't clicked all the way through. It's like they step on a landmine on their self. But they're so good that, like, okay, another team that makes like similar mistakes to Jacksonville, like that they did last week, a good example, but they weren't good enough to get out of it, the Jets. Stepping on their feet, then all of a sudden it's over. But Jacksonville, if they put a game together today, look out. Now, here's a game I didn't talk about. The Staley Golf Revenge Bowl. Does this mean anything? The Rams Super Bowl team, the Rams team that went to the Super Bowl, Jared Goff was the quarterback. The defensive coordinator that year was Fishface, the guy I hate football-wise, not personal. I don't want to get thrown off YouTube. Staley, Fishface, Brandon Staley was the D coordinator of the Rams, calling defenses against Goff every day in practice. I wonder if that means anything. And I read some crazy stats about the Chargers, guys. I got to read this. These were like probably the most important stats I have all week. Look at this. Ready for this on the Charger game? The Chargers are +9 turnover margin, best in the NFL this season. They're +9 on the year. The Chargers have got 11 straight games without losing the turnover battle. I don't like Fishface, but I cannot deny that. I didn't know that, guys. I'm fucked up over that. I'm fucked up because I like Detroit so much. You guys know that. That's why I tell you sometimes. Tell me. Don't listen to me. Or I'll tell you. Tell me if I'm bugging, because that's what friends do. Hard truths. I'm afraid of Detroit at the chart. You know what? Detroit got smacked at Baltimore. They got Montgomery back today. They're the better football team. Detroit better win. 11 straight games for the Chargers without losing the turnover battle. The Lions are 24th in the NFL out of 32 teams in red zone efficiency. Yo, Mel, I can't believe you're in first in my league. Oh, my goodness. How did this happen? Richie, what's up, buddy? What do you got, kid? What do you got? Mel, I got you in 1 second, Rich. Mel, who do you got today in my league? I'll tell you what. Before the season, it's so hard. We're going to get you right now. 1 second, Rich. I just want to tell Mel, I think you got lucky in that draft. Here's where I think you got lucky. You got Tua. Tua couldn't stay healthy. Bijan and Swift. Oh, Mel, you don't have starters in. You better put your starters in, bro. You got Swift on a bench. What's the matter with you? Oh, you got Montgomery. You son of a bitch. You're benching Kittles, huh? And Ridley. Wow, you started Ramondre Stevenson over Ridley and Kittles. That's interesting, Mel. I don't know if I would have did that. You got to start Montgomery. Richie, baby, salute. Happy Sunday, Richie. Salutations. I'm glad to see you in here, buddy. We got some real good football talk today. I settled into the pocket. We're going over everything. What do you got? Let's talk. 3 of these, PPR and Harris. Okay, 3 of these, PPR. Najee Harris, Schultz, McBride, Taysom Hill, London. All right, here's what you got, Richie. Houston is depleted today. No Nico Collins, no Pierce, yada, yada, yada. Dalton Schultz had 10 catches for, what was it last week? I got it written down here. Dalton Schultz last week, 10 for 130. 10 for 130. Dalton Schultz with that long neck. Dalton Schultz is going to neck his way right to the end zone. Hey, I'm Dalton Schultz. Hey, when you see Dalton Schultz today necking in the end zone, think of me. Longest neck in the game. I don't even want to do it because I'll hurt my neck. I'll be in the fucking chiropractor tomorrow. Dalton Schultz, I'll never forget that guy's neck. That's why he gets open, because it cuts. He's like a pterodactyl. Hey, I'm cutting. No, I'm not. Oh, shit. Yeah, that neck makes him look open. It makes him look covered. And then he gets open. Dalton Schultz today. Oh, fuck. I got to stop doing that shit. No more Dalton Schultz impressions. Fuck. I hope I didn't put myself back for a few days. Enough of Schultz. No, you know what, Richie? I fucked up so much. It was that one day. People didn't like really pay attention. Right, I'm starting something for the end of the year, and I'm making my own game with just us. We have to do something unique and like better than what anybody else could think of. I'm gonna make something so cool and simple, and we're gonna start it by next week. I'm not bullshitting, and there's gonna be a giveaway. There's gonna be a little giveaway, but I'm gonna start something. I gotta go back. I think there was like 2 people, my friend Oscar and one other person that had the right team that day when I did it, but not everybody put it in, so it was screwed up. Richie, go with Schultz, right? Schultz is number 1. Najee Harris ran the ball good. Green Bay hasn't won in Pittsburgh since 1970. Harris and Warren ran good. I don't like Najee, but I always call it how I really see it. I would go with Najee Harris. He looked fucking good last week. And Schultz, he's good. Let me see. Taysom Hill is going to be dangerous. I like Taysom Hill. And London's been questionable. There's something wrong with him that he's not fully a go. So I'd be careful with London. Richie, hey, Richie, what's on the menu today? Curious. Life talk real quick. I'm doing pasta, right? But wheat, I don't give a fuck. I like how it tastes. Like my mother's gravy. That's where it counts. You could give me regular pasta, shit gravy on regular pasta. That doesn't do it for me. Mama Nooch's gravy, wheat pasta. You know what? Because I gotta stack these good days. Because a couple bad days puts me back. Then all of a sudden I'm always back where I started. And sometimes if I get a little lazy, I go the wrong way. So we're going wheat pasta today, and we're gonna love it. Fucking love it. With a couple turkey meatballs. Oh, woo! Get them, Noochie, baby. Turkey meatballs. That's how you do 2 rounds. You spread it out like a 2:30, 7:30, middle of the afternoon, right before the night game. Jets Raiders. Huh? Here we go. Bobblehead. You know what I'd like to do, Rich? I'm going to order a bobblehead of myself. I would fucking love that. Just have my own thing there. That'd be so cool. Schultz in London. Well, okay. Yeah, you know what? I would go with Schultz. And Schultz for sure. London, it's all according to your flavor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what? I don't even have Germany on. I'm looking at Rex Ryan's fucking super white teeth. Holy shit. I'm watching Randy Moss and Rex Ryan, and Rex Ryan's teeth are so goddamn white that it's all I see. They're toilet bowl white. That's amazing. You know what? That's a little too white. That doesn't look normal. Like he's like, that's all I see. All I see is his teeth. They're so goddamn white. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, you know, my father's got him like that. He's like, I like the whitest. Give me the white, the super white. Yeah. I like Hollywood. Hiya. How you doing? Hiya. Hey, John. Hiya. That's his own word. Like, hiya. What is that? Hiya. Hiya. Hey, John. Hiya. Oh shit. Okay. Let's keep moving. Hey, I got a fantasy dilemma, Rich. Can you help me? I value your opinion. I'm fucked up. I got three spots. I can only start 2 guys. Two guys left today. Boyd, Kincaid, and Davis. Oh, I'm gonna start a new channel. Oscar. It was Oscar and somebody else. Oh shit. Thomas. I think it was Thomas Radke. That's the name. I know Thomas, but like not well. But Oscar and Thomas. So I got to figure out a way to start them ahead of the field because they really are kind of like, I got to figure out a way to put them in the lead to start because they kind of won that first one that really wasn't a tournament. So we got to figure that out. I'm going to figure it out a good way because I didn't forget. Gabe Davis or Dalton Kincaid? Why does everybody keep saying fucking Gabe Davis? I'm the only one. Oh, I got good stories. Oh, man. Yo, I got all my high school coaches piped in here, like from football and shit. And like, I'm like a unique type of guy. Like, I went to football. I was a 3-sport athlete. So I played football. Then the day after that, basketball, baseball. So when I went to when I was going to high school, I was like, I'm a quarterback. They were like, okay. Then practice going there on defense. Like, okay, I'll go over at safety or D-back. I was like, oh, no, I don't play defense. They're like, what? I'm like, no, I don't play defense. I'm a quarterback. You're like, oh, you hear this guy? He's a quarterback. Like I walk to the beat of my own drum. I'm not here to run into a fucking person. That shit, I'm a ball player. If I don't have the fucking ball, I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So I'm a quarterback, and I'm going to throw well, and that's what I do. And that's it. So they're like, this fucking kid. So I was the quarterback. So it was good. It worked for me. I rolled the dice on myself, but it worked. I won the job, everything. Because right after that, I was basketball. Day after that, I was a point guard. Right after that, baseball. So I don't need to be fucking hitting people and not making it to basketball. It's hard playing 3 sports a year for 4 straight years. That shit is hard. So I'm like, yeah, I'm a quarterback. So, right. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Nooch scratch off. So what happens was, Richie, long story short, I'm playing a game and I love the defensive stickers. We had a defense in high school called the Reaper defense. And at the end of after practice, like after the games, we'd get to practice on a Monday or Tuesday, and the coach would be like, Johnny Turry, 10 tackles, 4 solos, 2 interceptions, 11 Reapers. Everybody, yeah, you get your Reaper, you put it on your helmet. So I was like, hey, man, I deserve one of those. Can I get a Reaper? They're like, no, dude, no, you can't get a Reaper. So I'm like, come on, man. I was like, oh, can I just get one of the stickers? I like how I look. No, you got to make a tackle. You got to do something to get a Reaper. I'm like, all right. They're like, well, you don't play defense, so not now. Because it was like the end of not the end of the year, but like 3 quarters, right? So we're playing a game. We're home against Bloomfield. And we had a normal play going, and we were throwing to my receiver, Slow-Mo. His fucking nickname, his name was Kevin Lamonaco. Sorry, Lomo. His nickname was Lomo, but sometimes we called him Slow-Mo for reasons obvious. So Lomo he ran a fucking slant, a 3-step slant from the left. I'll never forget it. And all of a sudden so I take 1, 2, 3, I fire it. As soon as I threw it, it sailed. It fucking sailed. And it went right to the defensive back that was like standing like behind him. He wasn't even in press coverage. I threw it right to him. So now the ball was out to the left. Now as it goes to him, I take off. Here goes nothing. So he's coming down the sideline. 2 blockers come in front of him. Now I got a decision to make. I'm coming full speed, but I'm not a fucking bitch. I got to do something here. You know what I'm saying? So I threw myself through the fucking whole thing. Bonsai! Right through the 2 blockers. The 2 blockers and the ball carrier, they all hit, and I got the tackle. I got the fucking tackle. So I got my 1 tackle. Fucking practice a few days later. 1 tackle, whatever. Nooch, get up here. Yeah, Nooch, I got my fucking Reaper. They gave me the Grim Reaper. I got my Reaper. I made the tackle. It was an accident, but I made the tackle. So nobody could even, so I played 2 ways too. I'm like fucking Travis Hunter. I got a tackle. Not only did I play 2 ways, I got a fucking tackle. Oh, you bet you didn't know that one, Richie, baby. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. So I got 1 Reaper. It's on my helmet. And then I robbed my helmet. So I still got the Reaper. But I don't have it. I don't have it at my house. So if anybody's watching, don't get any fucking ideas. I got that fucking helmet. Fuck you guys. I deserve that fucking helmet. Gave my sweat, blood, and tears. You owe me a helmet and a fucking gold jacket, scumbags. Fucking on my back. Punk ass school. You want a Noochie scratch off, you fucker? You ready, Mel? Hey, Mel, let's do a Noochie scratch off. I need lucky guys. I'm so unlucky that I've stepped on I liken it, Rich. I want you to, this is analogy time. I feel like this season, if I didn't have responsible gaming, I would have lost a ton of money. Thank God for responsible gaming that you could set. I feel like if this was war, where every week, if it's a war game, I'm getting through. I'm getting to the other side of the battlefield, and just before I get to the completion of where I'm going, my mission, I step on a landmine and it blows up. Whether it's every week, whether it's the Jets beating the Eagles, the Niners losing, weird shit happening. I don't want to step on a landmine. I'd like to have a couple guys with a little good luck here going and come up with a little same game parlay where we can identify a few weaknesses. So far, on my end, I got Boyd because no T. Higgins. Chase is a little banged up. Boyd, can he get us 40 yards? I think. And I got Christian Kirk. I know we like Purdy. I like Purdy too. I like Purdy a lot. What should I do with him, Oscar? What should I make the Purdy bet in a realistic parlay? Detail that bet for me. I know we said 3 touchdowns, but I would do that separate, I think. In a bet where I have other parts in a same game parlay, how do I bet Purdy? That's the question. It's open general, so you can detail it. How do we bet Purdy in a parlay where we want to start it with he's one of the pieces? We might make 3-piece, 4-piece parlay like KFC, like a box of chicken. Each parlay is going to be like a bucket of chicken. So, okay, what do we got here? Oh, I love writing shit down. I love it. I love it, Rich. I'm done. Oscars. Hey, Oscar, who did you go with? Who did you go with in your survivor pool? Wow, Colts win? Good defensive pick, Ma. Good job. Good job. I'm waiting for Dre to come in here because we had a fucking team meeting last night. I played on a state championship basketball team. I can't believe I'm saying this. This guy's gonna fucking kill me, but I gotta say it. You want to hear a story, Rich? One of our guys. I don't know what kind of fashion this is, but I see a picture on the feed, and he's got like a half shirt, like strapped. It's like, I don't know, man. I cannot unsee it. And he's Spanish. And I was telling Dre I want to learn how to say in Spanish. Oscar, you speak Spanish? You ready for this? This is the question I wanted to put under his comments, but he'll fucking kill me. Eso es un sujetador. Did I say it right, Oscar? Translate what I said. Eso es un sujetador. My buddy was walking around looking like he had what the fuck is that? I don't give a shit. It just looked weird. Like, what is that a trend? I've never seen a shirtless. I don't want to say it until you fucking say it. Who's all left here? Bengals. Oh, you went with the Bengals? Oh, I love that pick, Oscar. That's solid. I like that pick. They should be the team with the higher score. Richie, CJ Stroud is a good quarterback, but I don't know if the numbers are going to go fucking crazy with Stroud today. I don't think they're going to be able to pull out a win. He might, you know what? CJ Stroud could have an empty 350 because they might have to throw all the time. They're not going to have any running game today. Pierce is hurt for the Texans. Singletary stinks. Nico Collins is out. So you're going to get Dalton Schultz today, and you're probably going to get a fucking 49 completion day, 49 for 65. You might get a crazy day, and then Houston loses. So I love that. I wanted to ask him in Spanish, Are you wearing it? Is that a bra? Oh man, it's crazy, bro. It's like a man bra or something. I don't. It must be a style, but I that shit look crazy. That shit look crazy. I had to talk to a few of our teammates and say I'm having a tough time unseeing this shit. I can't unsee it. I had to go to sleep last night just to get it out of my etched brain. What challenge, Rich? I said we're starting a fresh one because only Oscar and another guy left their pick and nobody left picks. We didn't really have a challenge. It never got off the ground. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start a real one my way, and it's gonna be a nice one, Rich. I promise. Like I'm gonna start something. It's gonna be like just maybe 10 of us. I might only allow 10 people in it so I can keep good fucking stats. Hey Rick, how do you guys feel? I want to do a betting challenge where we all give our pick of the week plus 100. You get 100 points, right? Plus you get whatever the plus is. You only get one bet a week. The first person to a certain number wins. But if you take these high bets, like I'm gonna figure something out good. I'm gonna figure something out. Next week, Rich. Next week. It's not fully complete yet. I don't want to do what everyone else is doing, but I do want to do something that I might enjoy and the guys might enjoy even better. I like to think of really like fun stuff that really keeps my interest. I'm going to have something really good for us for the last, we got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We won't do week 18. So no, we could do week 18 picks. The rest of the regular season will be 8 weeks. That's perfect, Rich. I'm glad that you reminded me. Thank you, Rich. Listen to this. After this, week 10, we have 8 weeks left. That's 2 months. I'm going to think of a great fucking game. Excuse my language. I'm getting happy. I'm going to think of a great game for us. It's going to be simple. Like we all get, like, I don't know if it's going to be 3 picks a week. Well, I might do a pick'em challenge. I might do the old-fashioned pick'em challenge the way we did, not Survivor. Last year's pick'em challenge. Should I do that, Rich? Let's do it. Let's do it. And everybody's not even allowed to play. I say we're going to get 10, 15, or 20 of it. I'm going to figure it out. And we're going to start next week, 3 picks a week. And then the guy with the most wins after 8 weeks. So 8 weeks times 3, we're all going to have 24 picks. 8 weeks, 3 picks a week. Starting next week, we got 24 picks. Now with those 24 picks, we got to figure out. I'm going to make something a little better than the norm. You're going to give your 3 picks. I'm going to do something where if you pick an underdog to win outright or something like that, it might be a more points. I'm going to have a really cool system. I'm going to do something really good where I don't know. We did spreads last year? Did we do spreads or money line? We did spreads, right? I believe so. I got it, Rich. You sparked my brain there. We're going to go back to last year's format. We're going to give a little gift certificate, something nice where we could all just be happy, like little fun, $50 gift certificate. Get 10 of us in there, 20, 3 picks a week. Whoever gets the best out of 24. That's it. We're going to keep it. And then if I think of cool shit in between now and next Sunday, that's it. Pat on the back, Nooch. Pat on the back. And you know I'm going to think of something cool. All right, we're going to do the point spreads, Rich. We're going to do 3 games a week, point spreads, and I'm going to include some type of bonus. I'm going to make it a point system where, like, if you sweep 3 in a row, you get an extra point. And if a money line underdog that wins, you might get an extra half. I'm going to do some. T-Rich is a little better with the math. I'm going to get T-Rich to help me with the point numbering system in the next 7 days, and then we're going to do it. 24, great number, right, Mel? Mel, how you doing in basketball? Good? Who do you have in football in our league, Mel? Today. In my league, let's see. Let's see Carmelo's team. You better put your quarterback in, Mel. I saw you. You're Tua-less. You like that? No Tua today. Mel is Tua-less. No Tua. Oh, you got Prescott in there, huh? Was that you? Oh no, that's not you. You got Burrow? Wow, you got Burrow and Tua? Wow. Look at Mel. Sandbagging. Sandbagging. Nah. I always like to keep quarterbacks. I got Lamar and Trevor in one league. I'll tell you what, guys, hit that like button, give it a share. I did some numbers, guys. I thought it was going to be so hard to average over 4,000 hours for the year. I averaged like 3,000. I just started doing lives a few more times, and I'm way on pace to go over the 4,000 hours, get monetized this year. And I'm thinking, if I just do this, if we make this number from 10 to just 20, I'll be monetized in a month as long as I get to the 1,000, which I will if we push. But like, share, give it a share. Let's try to spread the word, get some more people in here because we just talk sports. We keep a little social club Sunday. I like that social group environment. So my hope is to get people in here organized with like things set up from week to week where we keep it like as a nice tradition. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm going to dip into a few things. This is the home stretch. So the next 10, 15 minutes, now we're going to get really busy with the bets. I'm going to write them down. I didn't want to say what I really like because if you start looking deep into the numbers at 10:45, 11 o'clock, you know what happens to me? I write down winners at 10:48 and I don't fucking bet them at 12:48. Now I'm not going to leave anything on the table because I didn't write much yet, but Purdy, Boyd, and Kirk. Gabish? Addison. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Mel, let me know who you're looking at. Addison. Okay. Addison, USC. That's the USC receiver. Yep. Yep. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? I got to get these good odds. PPR, Addison, Edwards, and Shaheed. Which Edwards, Rich? Oh, Gus Edwards, obviously. It skipped my mind for a second. Well, Addison, I love Addison. Shaheed is a really, Gus. Shaheed is a really boom or bust guy because he'll give you 3 catches for 150 fucking yards. It's crazy. He'll give you 2 for 118. So that's going to be, and we don't know it. That's a tough one because we don't know with Dobbs and the real connection with Addison. How did Addy do last week, a Big O? Omar, this is where you can help Richie. How did Addison do last week with Dobbs? That's what we got to look at. That's tough. Braylon Edwards. Remember Braylon Edwards? Jets, right? Wow, Michigan Wolverines. How's that for recall, Rich? Do you remember him on the Michigan Wolverines? Hey, Rich, you ever check out some apparel? I'm a big apparel guy. There's a couple colleges that I like for apparel. I'm feeling the Michigan apparel, feeling the Colorado because I like Dion, but Ohio State with those gray unis yesterday. The fucking I don't even know what kind of gray that is. What's that? Like gunmetal gray? That beautiful gray. Oh, with the red. Oh, I could see myself with a little Ohio. The U. Ohio State. The Ohio State. That looked like some nice apparel. Georgia, yo, I got a sweet hat. I left it in my condo in Florida. You'll see me with it on in like by March Madness. Georgia Bulldogs. I love it, Rich. I like Georgia. I like their team. Hey, I got a question for you, Rich. I got a question. Oh, Georgia Bulldogs starter hat. I love that. Hey, I got the perfect question for you, Rich. Are you listening? I need to know this. I've been wondering it, and I need to know. We're in the same ballpark. We have okay. I was watching a receiver for Georgia. I know he's a star. Lad McConkey. when I was a kid, one of my favorite players on the Giants was Phil McConkey. Is there any relation? That's not Phil McConkey's son or grandson. It could be his grandson, probably, right? Holy shit, because Lad McConkey could be my son. And I was 7 when I was watching Phil McConkey. So that means Phil McConkey is old enough to be my father. Is he related? You didn't, you got to check, Rich. This is why I love the human connection, talking with guys, because it's a great enjoyment little hobby. I want to know, is Lad McConkey related to the great Phil McConkey from the New York Football Giants, running around before the Super Bowl, waving the towel, getting the whole Pasadena. Wow. Oh, my God. I just remembered where that Super Bowl was. Pasadena, California. Oh, Noochie. I'm like fucking Rain Man. Holy shit. Was the 86 Giants, did they play the Super Bowl in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena? Because if they did, pat on the back to me for knowing that. I think they did. Shit. Zach, you know what, Mel? Let me tell you something. Zach Wilson, every once in a while, plays like Johnny fucking Elway. All right? Like Zach Wilson only stinks sometime. That means he's like, something must be slowing down in his mental a little bit. It's got to be slowing down. Like, I mean, in a good way. Now, what usually happens in sports, Mel? Tell me if you agree with this. What happened when we coach basketball, or like when the team has a total, almost like a bad day, when they're not like, what's the instinctual thing that you do with the team? You tighten up. You get focused. You go over everything. You rep it. You make sure that doesn't happen again. The Jets kept farging up last week, stepping on their own toes all game. Then by the time, before you knew it, they didn't have time to try to catch up to the Chargers, who they basically won the game, just not losing the turnover battle. So I think the Jets are going to tighten it up a lot today, and you're going to see a buttoned up, cleaner game. And I don't think Oakland is that good. I don't think Vegas is that good. Are you, Richie? Hey, Richie, I'll tell you what, in the news of sports, I thought that like kidnapping people in other countries and shit, I thought that was a thing of the past when we were kids. They kidnapped the guy from Colombia's father and mother again the other day. And he plays for like Liverpool or something, a Colombian kid. Did they kidnap him because he's not playing for Colombia? If you know about football, I would like to know. And how the fuck, I got a question for you. I got a nice pink Inter Miami Messi hoodie, 10 on the back. I love Messi. I love Ronaldo. I like good players. I follow soccer more generally. How the fuck did Messi, isn't that award that he won, isn't that like the MVP? You could get an MVP award on the world stage by being the best player in the low league like that? I don't understand that. I wish somebody could explain that to me. I don't get it. I need somebody to explain that shit. One day, Rich, we got to have a conversation about that. One day, you know what I want to do, guys? During the rest of this year, every once in a while, I'm going to have a Zoom conversation. I want to moderate with all my favorite sports guys one day. I want to have like me as the moderator, and I want to do a trivia game show, and I want to have you guys in the box. Yeah, Noocherty. You know, like Jeopardy? Noocherty. Yeah. I'm the moderator, and we're going to have Richie, and then we're going to have Oscar, we're going to have T-Rich, C-Rich, and then I'm going to be like, all right, boys, I might say something like this. New York Giants quarterback has 2 Super Bowl rings and was a rookie in 1979. And then I might call on somebody. And right, Richie. And you might be like, who is Phil Simms? Right? And then I might say something. I might stump the young guys because I'm prejudiced against the young guys because I want us to win. I might say something like, Richie, like, okay, in the 1990 football season, the Giants were 10-0. They were playing the Buffalo Bills. They went on to win the Super Bowl that year, but they lost their starting quarterback, Phil Simms. Who replaced Simms and went on to win the Super Bowl for the Giants? Who was the quarterback? Roy Firestone, of course I do. Sure. Of course I do. Roy Firestone. Who was the backup quarterback this? Now, we know this probably easy. The young guys get stumped on things that we think are general. I asked that question to the young guys a couple weeks ago. They didn't know because they weren't fucking born. These guys are 27 years old and they weren't born. You know what I'm saying? I don't realize that. And I'm not 80. I'm 44. But just the gap, you get a 16, 17, 18-year-old gap. They don't know all that stuff. It's fun. Oh, man. So as far as real quick, I need to know this too. In the games, Hostetler. That's right, Oscar. Yes. That's right. Yes. Jeff Hostetler. That's the game. Nooch Wood Squares. Nooch Wood Squares has a better ring. Richie, that's why I like the teamwork here. I said Noochity, but that doesn't have a ring. Nooch Wood Squares has a ring. Make a nice trivia. Be like, okay, Richie. Here's a question for you. How many games did it take O.J. Simpson to rush for 2,000 yards in his record-breaking season? He did it in how many games? Oscar, Richie, first to type it. Hey, the typing is the buzzer. Oh, the typing is the buzzer. You can't, there's no bullshit. Whoever gets it through first. Oh, I'm going to do Nooch Jeopardy one weekend. You all get fucking ready. We don't even need you in the Zoom for now. Next week, I'm going to figure out something. I'm going to be the trivia guy. I'll keep score. I like that shit. You guys all get in, and we'll do some trivia each week. And the first one to type it in, that's the first answer. It's like the buzzer. Yeah, we can have some fun. Guys, like, subscribe, hit the share. Always give it a share. Let people know that, we got some different shit going on here. We have a good time. Wow, that's pretty cool. Hey, Richie, you know what I saw too? I got another stat I saw. 3 years ago, 13 guys threw for 30 touchdown passes or more. Last year, 5. This year, only 4 are on pace to throw for 30, and one of them's fucking Kirk Cousins, so he's out. I'm watching the offenses shift. You're seeing teams go all the way down the field, and then they get on the 4-yard line, and they spread it out with 5 receivers and run in. It's like there's more than one ways to skin a cat. Like they're running the ball in from passing formations in the red zone. So none of this shit makes sense. You're seeing 28 receivers on pace for 1,000 yards, but only 4 quarterbacks are on pace for 30 touchdown passes. Doesn't make sense. But it is what it is. You just got to pay attention to shit like this. Hey, Lamar Jackson on this MVP pace. How about we get in the double digits in touchdown passes? It's November 12th. Happy birthday to my grandfather in heaven. My grandfather's birthday today. The best guy I ever met. Love you, Pop. Oh, shit. Wow. Okay, so what do we do? What are we going? Last bet. Chargers, Lions. Nothing? Real talk. Explain where we leave. 3 games next week. Next week, right in here when we're on. I want it during the live stream. You come in, you give me your 3 games. I say, oh, Richie's here. We do a real life check-in. I'm so stupid. I tell you to leave the picks. We're on a live stream. I don't have to worry about who's doing what. I could have 100 guys. Good job, Rich. I'm glad you asked me that. Next week, when we do our picks, you check in real time and you give your picks and I write it down. We keep a nice score. Awesome. We'll have fun. Yes. Oh yeah, Richie. I write stuff down for fun. I love to write. I like to read a lot. I like to write. I'll give you a story. I have one of the most lopsided SAT scores ever in history. If my math was up with my reading, I would have been a fucking genius. For some reason, like the reading always came very easy to me. Like in college, I probably shouldn't say this, but I used to write papers for people that I thought were way smarter than me. like these math wizards, something, it's about 2 different parts of the brain. These fucking math wizards couldn't write. And I would write 5-page papers for them in an hour. Easily. Now, the SAT, 1600 perfect score, 800 and 800. My reading was like a 690, something like that. And my math was like a 330. Like, I had a decent enough score to like be good with the colleges and shit, but very lopsided. So I'm creative. I can write, but that's why I always have to concentrate harder whenever I want to make something go for a while, calculate it. Like this show, I have to try hard to like organize my things. And the easier part is actually like when I'm on here. So, but I have more fun when I have to apply myself in this hobby to organize things and make it better. I like thinking critically. I feel good when I do that. So this is a great hobby and it brings people together at the same time. All my most fun, best things in life, my whole life, it's always been in the field of like some type of like, it sounds corny, but like humanitarian shit. Like people together. 15 years in Patterson, subbing in the hood. Then they put me on for permanent shit because the teacher would be out all year. Then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I have a lifetime bond with these kids. Like, I like bringing people together. You know what I'm saying? Always have. I subbed for 15 years. And then I didn't want to stay in that go and just stay in that field forever. So I trained athletes. I got all my certs. I've always loved the hustle. Certified personal trainer. Got my degree. I've been a permanent sub going in and out of schools for 20 years. Sports lessons, pitching lessons, stuff like that. Mixologist even. I'm even a fucking bartender. Yeah. It's called mixologist. Yeah, I enjoy the hustle. Like way of life, and this back end. I'm really looking forward to looking, like at real estate and properties and doing fun things with like, things that I can actually get my eyes on and projects and then do something productive and then move on to something else. I enjoy these little battles along the way. It's not battles, but that's the kind of way I like to live my life, And I feel like as long as you're happy, productive, mentally clear, if your mind, body, and soul are lined up, you treat people well, and you don't accept negativity and people like just in the wrong place. You kind of gotta filter your own life out. Negative people, I'm not too crazy about them lately. I'm not gonna go back at them, but I kind of just hope that they can get themselves worked out because it's the best way to be is clear in your mind. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. Yeah. So we're gonna have 3 picks per week for the last 8 weeks. That is a great number, 24. What time do we have here? Oh, we got 10 to 1. Perfect. Guys, we got our picks. So pick of the day for me, Christian Kirk over, Boyd over. We like the Bengals. C. Rich's pick of the day. He likes Minnesota. Richie, do you like Buffalo tomorrow? Hey, you're a Buffalo fan, so Oscar gives me Davis. Do we like Gabe Davis over Kincaid? Richie, final decision. You're the deciding factor. Me and Oscar both. I went Kincaid. Oscar went Davis. You're a Buffalo fan. What would you say right now? Kincaid or Davis tomorrow night? Whew, that's a hard one. Richie, we're gonna have a fun tournament too. Yeah. Hey, Richie, I'm gonna leave you with this too. I don't know why this is, but this is alarming. I would be nervous if I was you. I looked at the odds on FanDuel. The team to make the playoffs, yes or no? Buffalo, yes, was plus money. Hey, I even have more respect for Buffalo than that. I almost shit when I saw Buffalo plus one something. Buffalo is plus money to make the playoffs. The no is the favorite right now. All right, Richie Kincaid. Can I call you Richie Kincaid today? All right, Richie Kincaid. Oh, that's tomorrow. All right, you know what? I'm probably going to go live, too, and go into that game because we got a lot of stuff going on. We got Russell Wilson. Let's ride. One mind, one heart. One mind, one heart. Bronco Nation. Let's ride. Oh, man. I can't wait to see. Hey, big one today. Chase Young, Bosa, tandem. We got to watch that game. Oscar, that's why I think you might be right about San Fran winning that game. Guys, I love you guys. Let's always stay connected. I'm going to make the shows as good as I possibly could to get good socials. Spread the word, hit that like, and don't get lost, will you? Richie.